Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back for another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the news that broke last night or this morning in Kawhi Leonard's move to Toronto. We're going to be talking about every aspect of that trade, my opinions, my thoughts, and we're also going to be covering a little bit of the MLB All-Star Game that took place last night and the Home Run Derby, which took place Monday night. Keep in mind, tonight is the ESPYs. We might hit a little bit of that, but stay tuned. I hope y'all make it to the end. Thanks, guys. So I want to start off today's video by talking about Kawhi Leonard's trade to Toronto. Wojciechowski informed us that Kawhi Leonard, along with Danny Green, will be shipped to Toronto in exchange for DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a 2019 protected first-round pick. I woke up this morning, looked at my phone, saw on Bleacher Report, the news was huge. It was all over social media. Twitter was blowing up. I'm shocked, although I did say in my last video, if you want to check it out, that I could see Kawhi going to Toronto. I did say they were the front runners for him. I just didn't think it would happen this soon or like this at all. So Kawhi and Danny Green are moving to Toronto with Jakob Poeltl, a 2019 protected first rounder, and DeMar moving to San Antonio. So first, I want to talk about San Antonio's aspect of this trade. They get the 2019 protected first-round pick. I don't know what type of protection that is. Ignore that. I think that it's probably a lottery pick. However, it won't matter. The Raptors will likely make the playoffs and be a top 3 seed in the East. So that pick really doesn't concern me that much. Jakob Poeltl, he's very young into his career. We haven't really seen much of what he can do. So there's not much we can really say about that. But they do get one of the best shooting guards in the league in DeMar DeRozan. I'm not personally a huge fan of DeMar DeRozan's game, but I do like the dude and admire him a lot for his off-the-court attitude and mentality. I really hope he does well in that organization. I think Pop will be a great coach for him. But it is sad to see him part ways with one of his best friends, Kyle Lowry, from Toronto. Now, let's talk about Toronto's aspect of this. Obviously, they get one of the best players in the league in Kawhi Leonard, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP. He'll definitely contribute to their defense for sure. It's going to be a scary lineup, especially with Kyle Lowry and Valanciunas there. So they're definitely contenders in the East. Keep in mind, they won first place in the East in the regular season last year, but could not get past LeBron, who swept them. However, the good news is LeBron is out of the East, so the Raptors may have an actual shot at winning something this year. Surprise, surprise. But Danny Green will be a nice addition to the shooting guard, probably come off the bench, although you never know, he could start. I want to talk about Kawhi Leonard now. I do not like this dude at all, and I think he gets what he deserves. News also broke after the trade that he does not want to be in Toronto. Where does he really want to be? I mean, this man has said, I don't want to be in San Antonio, after being coached by one of the greatest coaches ever, and having a squad around him that was built, maybe not to win now, but they did everything for Kawhi, and the fans loved him. And now he gets traded and says, yeah, I don't want to be here either. Well, he's stuck here for the year. There's nothing he can do about it, and I'm tired of his attitude, man. Like, where exactly do you want to be, Kawhi? This isn't your world. You don't get to choose where you go. So he's going to have to stick it out and play in Toronto. Now, I hope they do well. I hope he plays, unlike last postseason where he sat out. I don't necessarily care about him anymore. I think what he did was selfish and very diva-ish. But that's what the NBA is, I guess. I just don't like how you can sit there after playing only 9 games last season and thinking you deserve way more, saying, I want to be in LA, I want to be in the big market, I want to be next to LeBron, and thinking you deserve that after only playing 9 games last year and sitting out. And for them, I really actually like what San Antonio did in saying, you know what, we've heard that you want to be traded, we're not going to keep you here and hold you hostage, but we're going to ship you out, and we're not going to ship you to a team in the West where we have to compete against you, and you may not like it, and that's that. But I just don't like Kawhi's attitude. I think he needs to shut up and just stop running his mouth and play. The Raptors, on the other hand, I think they made a really dumb decision in trading for him. Yes, they'll be able to compete this year, and they've upgraded their lineup. But Kawhi's on one more year of his contract. It's obvious he doesn't want to play in San Antonio, so they got rid of him. And now it seems obvious that he doesn't want to play in Toronto. So why trade for a guy that doesn't want to play for you, and then where his contract runs out next year, in which he'll be a free agent and probably sign with LA, if that's still where he wants to go. We won't know. You choose, Kawhi. So I don't understand the Raptors in this situation, getting rid of their franchise player and coach of the year last year after firing him after they couldn't get past LeBron. It wasn't Dwayne Casey's fault. It was LeBron's fault and just being too good. So I don't know where they're headed right now because chances are they're not going to have him next year. So I'm not really sure what they did. I did like some of the reactions on Twitter of fans looking like they were about to burn jerseys, but then instead laying down papers that said, "We still love you, DeMar." If I were a Raptors fan, I would be very upset right now. This team seems to be going in the wrong direction. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that for right now. I guess keep you updated on how that goes. It'll be interesting to see next season. I definitely will not be getting Kawhi jersey. I don't like him, but he does become one of the best players in the East now. The East will be interesting with the Celtics, who I think are the best in the East. The Philadelphia 76ers with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, they can definitely compete, and now the Raptors seem like they might be able to win a title. So we will, not a title, but an Eastern Conference title. So we will definitely see how that plays out. Next, I want to get into the MLB All-Star Game. Wrapped up festivities last night. The regular season second half starts back up later this week. But the American League took the win over the National League. I think it was 8-6. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been 10-8. I can't remember. It was 2 runs. It went to 10 innings in which George Springer and Alex Bregman hit back-to-back home runs to win it for the American League. Good game. Honestly, it doesn't matter too much, except it is home field advantage in the World Series. Not much to see there. Although half of the hits in the entire game were home runs, which is interesting. I don't want to look too much into that. It's just a lot of power hitters in that game. I don't think it really... The pitchers probably weren't going all out. They were a little worn out, and so I don't think that really has too much reading into to do. The Home Run Derby was on Monday night. Bryce Harper won in front of his hometown fans in Nationals Park. It was a very intriguing Home Run Derby, and I'm glad to see that it got so much attention. Packed crowd, and they were loving it. Kyle Schwarber came in second after a great round. I really wish I had seen him win it, but it was a very interesting Home Run Derby. I don't like Bryce Harper, but I did like that he acknowledged his dad and gave a huge thank you to his dad and let his dad hold up a trophy at the end. So if you haven't checked that out, go watch that because that was pretty cool to see. But getting into the second half of MLB with, bobblehead Chipper there. Obviously, I'm a big Atlanta fan, so I'm excited to see where we go in the second half. I really hope that we can keep up the pressure and hopefully make the playoffs. We're ahead of the curve. I love our young prospects. Fultonevich and the rest of our all-stars playing awesome. We've got a lot of young guys, supporting cast here, playing great. So it'll be exciting to watch. We also got news last night that Manny Machado was traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers. This trade involves a lot of young players from the Dodgers who they're giving up. I think it's a very good trade for the Dodgers. They're going to be receiving Manny Machado, obviously, who's one of the best players in our game right now, and looks like they're really making a push for the World Series this year. I think he'll play shortstop. I could be wrong about that, but it looks like he'll play shortstop for the Dodgers. The Orioles, at this point now, they are the worst team in the MLB. I think over 30 games back in their division, so obviously they have no hope. So I think at this point they are just tanking to hopefully go into full rebuild mode. So we'll see where that goes. The ESPYs are tonight. Tune into those. Those are always pretty fun to watch. A lot of big awards going home tonight. Just quick predictions. I think LeBron James deserves best male athlete for sure. He is the best male athlete in the world, whether they give it to him or not. Serena Williams could win that award for the women. I really hope the University of Georgia wins their award for best game of the year. But we'll see. Stay tuned. thank you guys for making it to the end. If you did, I really appreciate the love and support you guys have showed so far. Keep it up. You guys are awesome, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys. One last thing, guys. I had to come back and film this again. News just broke on my phone that, well, this is not confirmed and nothing's happened yet. It looks like the Atlanta Hawks and the Thunder are involved in trade talks for Dennis Schroeder and Carmelo Anthony. As a Hawks fan, I'm very scared. I do not like Carmelo Anthony. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this in my last video. I do not like him. I think he's selfish. I think he's trying to ring chase. He doesn't play defense, and he shoots the ball way too much, and I just don't like him as a player very much. I really hope this isn't what we end up doing. I am in favor of getting rid of Dennis Schroeder. I think it's time for him to go, especially with us getting Jeremy Lin and Trae Young, but I do not want the return value to be Melo. Melo will be retiring pretty soon. Takes up way too much cap space, so I really hope this isn't what we're trying to do. We'll see in the coming days how that pans out, but if you're listening, Travis Schlenk, please, please, please do not trade for Carmelo Anthony. For those of you that have watched The Office, I feel like Michael Scott when he saw Toby return. Hopefully, I'll put that clip right here.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
But, yep, that actually wraps it up. So, thank you guys.